mind. It's like telepathy. Anyway, this is what I'm talking about, the infinite self. If we come into this reality and we hold that connection, then that's where we're observing this reality from. We're experiencing it here and having the challenges, yes, but we're observing from here. If we come in and we lose that connection, then we're getting our fix on self-reality in the world from within the illusion. No wonder humanity is so bewildered. I symbolize consciousness, that real infinite self. Everything is consciousness, but there's different levels of consciousness. I symbolize that infinite self as the ocean. And the mind is like the frozen water. It is consciousness, everything is consciousness, everything's the same one awareness in the end. But this is constructed as a much more limited sense of self. And this, if we get caught in it, very symbolic that is, we get caught in that, then we live our lives from the perception of this and not the perception of that. And the whole conspiracy is about putting us into this level of perception and awareness, because then we're controllable. And that's why society is structured as it is, as we'll see as we go along. So, this reality is just a part of the ocean, but it's an isolated part of the ocean in the sense that it's this range of frequencies we call the physical world. And when we disconnect from consciousness, awareness of consciousness, influence of consciousness, we get caught in mind, the intellect. And look at society. It worships the mind. It worships the intellect. Look at the education system. It's not interested in making people conscious. It's interested in programming the mind, the intellect. Here's some information. Hold it in the intellect. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, you have 2 hours to finish your paper. Please pick up your pens. Give me back what I've given to you from your intellect. Oh, he's ever so clever. He passes lots of exams. I'm not knocking that, but if you get caught in that is what consciousness is, then we're in real bloody trouble. You know the hardest people to talk to about this stuff? Elite students at places like Oxford University. They can't get it because their intellect has got them in every way the intellect can get them. They literally can't get their heads around things beyond the intellect because the intellect is their prison warder. And this is what happens when we get caught in the intellect. Not knocking the intellect, not locking the mind. It is the conduit to experience this reality, and it's got a lot of things which it can contribute to us functioning within this reality, because it understands it, it's part of it. But if we get caught in it, as we get caught in this, and you know, you can get caught in this eggshell and still be perceived by other people in similar eggshells to be very, very clever and have a brilliant mind, but you still can't get your head around anything beyond the boundaries of that mind. So when you open your mind and let the mind be the vehicle instead of the master, then you can be in this world physically, but not of it in terms of your perception. And that's what they're desperate to stop us becoming. Are we going to be consciousness or mind, all that is or little me? That's the difference between a world of profound freedom beyond the bounds of our ability to even perceive that level of freedom now, or living in a global fascist Orwellian dictatorship. This is a guy, Ramana Maharshi. He was in India as a young guy, just a young child really, very early teenager. And he upped and left his family and he went to a mountain called Arunachala. About 3 hours drive from Chennai. I went there last year just to experience the energy. And he spent the rest of his life just meditating. Not saying that's what everyone should do. I mean, you know, everyone to their own. It's not my life, I tell you. But this is what he said about mind. Mind is consciousness which has put on limitations. You are originally unlimited and perfect. Later you take on limitations and become the mind. It's absolutely right. You become the mind, and the conspiracy is to make us become the mind. Einstein again. A human being is part of a whole called by us universe, a part limited in time and space, the illusion of it. He experiences himself, his thoughts and feeling as something separated from the rest, a kind of optical delusion of his consciousness, and that's what it is, an optical delusion, just like those I showed earlier, but much more profound and much deeper. So as we get to another level of this, it's not even free your mind, it's free ourselves from mind, from the domination of mind and the perception of mind, which sees everything, because it's part of this construct, as apart from everything else. And this is why these elite students that I talk to sometimes can't get their head around the unity of everything, because they're constantly filtering reality through the mind that sees everything as a part.